Hi, I'm Jerry Manor, Business Development Coordinator here at SeaComm, and today it's my pleasure to talk with President and CEO Scott Wilson.
Well, thank you, Jerry. I always enjoy these conversations.
Well, it's certainly nice to talk about SeaComm, especially with the year we had in 2014.
Jerry, I got to tell you, we had an exceptional year. Certainly, our net income was just over $5.1 million. Our equity or capital to date is $61 million. And I always like to make note of the reason we have capital is what we call a rainy day fund. If there is any adverse economic condition which would make the credit union not make money positively, we can draw on that capital, and that cushion is required by our regulator NCUA, and we're almost at 13%, and the NCUA requires us to be at 7%, and we're well above that capital requirement.
So we've got some cushion on the cushion.
Absolutely, and that's important for those who understand and know where we just came from in 2009 and 10. There were a lot of financial institutions that were on the fence and had some real serious issues, and SeaComm is prepared for any economic uncertainty.
Well, that's great, so a great year in 2014, but they always say if you stop moving forward, you start falling off. So what are the plans for 2015?
Well, I just want to back up just a second,
Oh, sure.
Jerry, and just talk about 2014. And one of the new delivery channels we launched was mobile deposit capture. I think you're using it.
I am.
And it's a great opportunity for our members who choose not to come into one of our branches. You're able to obviously take a picture of the front and back of your check and deposit it, which has been positive. That leads me into 2015. One of the things the board of directors is always concerned about is being relevant. The
Right.
long-term strategy is always to make sure that we're ahead of where we need to be in terms of members' desires to have new products and services.
And they do want new products and services. And our goal, I guess, is to make things as easy as possible for our members.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we've talked about in the past, Jerry, is smartphone usage.
Right.
It's obviously on the increase. People like to do everything from shop for a car, obviously a house, and even find dates, which is some of those Match.com and those types
Sure.
of things. So, but here's the thing. If you want to open an account at SeaComm, you have to come into a branch and
Yes.
sign a piece of paper.
Yes.
But in 2015, that's all changing. We're going to have the ability for people to open via e-count, be able to open an account and start doing business that way,
Wow.
which precludes them from having to come into the branch to do that.
Well, that's amazing. I personally like to come into the branch. I work here, obviously, but also every once in a while I'll come in and just do a transaction or talk to somebody. But other people are very, very busy, and they like the option of not having to come in.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. We absolutely want to serve those members who want to come into the branch or call into our call center. That's what we're here for. However, as you know, especially the millennials, the younger folks that are coming up,
That's right.
they want to be served with those technological delivery channels. And it's our job to make sure we're ahead of that and providing those opportunities for them. And what's next? You'll be able to apply for a loan via your smartphone. So you don't actually have to go on the internet to do that, which we can today. We have an internet application.
Right.
You can apply for a loan. And the bottom line comes down to is complete member satisfaction. We try to do everything possible while you're in the branch or on the phone with our call center reps. Here's another way to do it, and that's via the technological delivery channels, which are extremely important for especially our younger members.
Well, speaking of serving members at the branch, this is something that started in 2014 and continues into 2015, and that's the expansion consolidation project in Messina. And from what I've seen, being in the middle of it, it's going pretty well, isn't it?
It is. We were very happy to have a soft opening on January 5th with our new retail branch here at 30 Stern Street. 6 drive-through lanes, 2 ATMs, and plenty of staff to serve our members. And yes, there is going to be a consolidation here in Messina of our retail branch at 79 Main to come over to 30 Stearns.
Mm-hmm.
However, what our members have expected in terms of service at 79 Main will be the same as it is here.
Mm-hmm.
During the construction phase of this branch, a lot of business did shift downtown to avoid the construction.
Sure.
And that's by design. We would hope that would happen. We're starting to see that business shift back here, and the reality is that with what we talked about with delivery channels, in-branch transactions, and even though you might be in line and think that hasn't changed, we have seen a considerable decrease in our in-branch transactions, and this move makes sense for the future.
Oh, no question about it. And having worked here in the new branch, it's beautiful.
And the other thing, Jerry, is under the expansion, we're obviously remodeling our east side of our building, and by April, we'll be done that interior phase. By end of May, we'll be done the outside, which is paving and landscaping and finishing some sidewalks. And on June 6th, which is our charter day, we're going to have a re-grand opening of our entire building, and we're going to have food and tours and lots of fun for our membership.
Our members love that, and it'll be nice for them to actually have a chance to interact with all of us and see the beautiful new branch.
Absolutely.
Very, very exciting. As you look ahead, you know, we're into the second month already of 2015. What are you seeing? And I know that's part of your job, is to look ahead and expect some things. What are you seeing?
Well, I think one of the things, Jerry, is that just like the gas prices, they went down and they're going to go up, so are interest rates.
Okay.
It's predicted by the end of this year that the Fed will move interest rates slightly on the consumer side. Prime rate will change, and obviously we'll change with some of that. But what I do see is really consumer confidence has to get back to pre-2009 rates. There is concern, obviously, in the North Country. Lots of retail has closed here, especially at the mall. And you just heard about Radio Shack and the bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Those are national issues that we're now dealing with here locally.
Because they happen to have an outlet here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just like we talked about in-branch transactions, a lot of folks like to do stuff online.
Yeah.
Now, I'm an advocate for doing shopping local, but sometimes you can't do that.
That's correct.
And the issue for like Radio Shack is that they have an outdated product in a very new environment today, and they're just not able to sustain themselves. So we take that charge very seriously, that we have to be looking forward and making sure that we're doing everything to be relevant to our members, not just today, but 5-10 years from now.
You kind of have to anticipate what people are going to want. How hard is that?
It's extremely difficult because technology changes like that.
Like that.
So what we have to do is try to figure out what people will want. And you watch trending. We usually trend about 1 or 2 years behind the rest of the country. North America is like that.
Yes, it is.
And with the design of our branch, we didn't go really retro because that's not something that our members want. But we also want to make sure that we're looking at payment space. Mobile payments are going to be pretty prevalent in the next few years. So we're looking at that today. Obviously, security and fraud are extremely important. The EMV process on the chip in your credit card,
yes,
that's going to be happening with us starting this year. We're working on that project. And the next thing will be something else. And we're always trying to work with either MasterCard, Visa. We use Visa. They're the leaders in these areas, and we have to participate in that. So the answer to your question is we're always keeping our minds open to what is happening nationwide, maybe even worldwide, of what's happening, and we try to apply that to our local marketplace. And obviously that you've seen some of the huge changes we've had, electronic delivery channels. Those things are what are driving some of those. One of the areas that we understand is a void here at SeaComm was a personal financial advisor who can help you with your retirement needs. Where do you put your money? And although we're still planning for that, that is going to happen in 2015. And we recognize that people are going to need those services. And why not get them here at your credit union?
Where you can trust, you know.
And for almost nothing. Because it doesn't cost you anything to talk to an advisor here.
That's right.
So I'm very excited about that, Jerry.
That is exciting. So a lot has happened in the past, year. We're talking about the past year, but a lot will be happening in this coming year. Pretty exciting things at SeaComm.
Yes, absolutely. And we're forecasting for another exceptional year financially, and adding those new delivery channels and completing our phase 3 of this project. And then we're on to Malone in 2016. We're building a brand new branch for those folks over there.
Terrific. Lots of great news, Scott. Thank you very much for being with me today.
Thank you, Jerry. I always appreciate these conversations.